Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we've got your weekly reading here for August 3rd till 9 of 2026. So, man, some of the energy does calm down a little bit this week. We do have the peak energy of the Lionsgate portal coming in, and that is on August the 8th. So this is a great week to focus on your goals, your dreams, your desires, your intentions. But the Lionsgate portal is, yes, an amplified energy supporting your manifestations, but it is also a spiritual portal. So this can be a really great week to focus on self-improvement, to connect with the cosmos, to engage in some spiritual practice or some meditation, and it's really supportive of that. So you might find that you're just feeling a little bit more calm, at ease, more refreshed perhaps this week as well, and it can be really wonderful and enlightening. Now, because we do have so much spiritual energy going on, right? We've had all of these planetary connections and alignments in June, right? Starting right from about the 20th of June onwards. We are continuing this wave of energy. And so some of you may be feeling a little bit tired. So, take a nap if you feel like you need to take a nap. Try and do something a little less strenuous if you can, or maybe just try and find a little bit of time just to, go with the flow and relax a little bit. So this week is a lot better than what we've been experiencing, less intense. A couple noted exceptions. We do have, there's always something, right? We do have Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, right in the middle of your week, we have a lunar T-square, and so this can be a time where egos can clash. So instead of getting into confrontations, this may be better to practice your de-escalation techniques or just avoid a situation entirely. This can be a very adventurous week for some of you. If you're on vacation, like I'm doing this reading just before I leave. I'm going to be on vacation for the eclipse. But this can be a great time for a little bit of adventure, maybe once in a lifetime experiences for you. Friday. Love is in the air here, folks. Okay, if you are already in a relationship, this can be where you rekindle the spark. And let's face it, when we're in a relationship, we don't always focus on love and romance every single day. We've got life to live, right? So this can be where you bring your focus back, maybe a romantic dinner, or maybe someone surprises you, or maybe you're the one that's doing the surprising. If you are single, whoa, baby. This is an energy where the universe could potentially drop a soulmate at your feet or on your lap. Okay, and it's because we've got a lunar grand trine going on, Venus, Pluto, and Uranus. So it's like wild and crazy energy, but something hidden may be revealed, and this could certainly be something for your love life. Okay, so this can be very exciting and very unexpected. Okay, Saturday is a great day for socializing, for being productive. Sunday though is probably a little bit better for self-improvement, okay, right up until the afternoon. So maybe it's like a quiet morning to yourself, and then the afternoon is where you may connect with other people. But let's get right into your reading here, guys. Okay, so I've got another pick a card, and I've actually picked two cards out here from two different decks. And this is to coincide with that Lionsgate portal energy, right? Abundance, manifestation, infinite potential, really connecting with the cosmos and your higher self. Remember, the Lionsgate portal opened up on July 26th and does close on the day of the eclipse on August 12th. It is a very ancient portal of spiritual growth, activation, and manifestation. It is when the sun in Leo aligns with the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun, Orion's belt, the earth, and of course this is linked back to ancient Egypt as well, the time of the year where the Nile flooded and represents fertility and abundance for all. So whether you are waking up, aligning spiritually, or whether this is really a focus on the things that you want to create and manifest, attract into your life, work with this energy. So August 8th, I think that's Saturday, is a great day for that, right? So really do take advantage. You can do that. The portal's open all week, but it's just Saturday, the 8th month, the 8th day, that is like the peak of this energy. All right. So I've pulled a couple of cards out here, one representing our spiritual connection, linking us to the Akashic records, so perhaps even the past. And I've got a fortune card for you as well, and we'll pull out a few other cards for your week. So just concentrate, take a deep breath, and which cards speak to you. This is card number 1, or we'll call it pile number 1, and we've got a lovely polished but fairly irregular but really quite beautiful rose quartz on there. And then pile number 2, which we've got again a rose quartz. They just kind of leaped out today, and this is in the shape of a heart. So take a deep breath. I'll put the timestamps down below if you feel called to both of them. Watch both readings, because there may be something in there for you in both of those. It might be the whole thing. It might just be a little bit. Okay. So you never know what you're gonna get. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. If you do enjoy your readings, please do like, share, subscribe, use that hype button, and any comments that you make down below are really helpful as well. The algorithm is, let me tell you, really messed up, and even if you have the notification bell on, a lot of notifications aren't going out. So a lot of creators are knowing this and seeing this, and I'm seeing it too. So I really do appreciate any interaction that you have with my video. But in the meantime, timestamps down below. Have an absolutely fantastic week, and I'll see you in card number 1. Hello to those of you who chose card number 1 or pile number 1. I'm going to move that other one out of the way. Your first message coming out here is release judgment. Okay. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. All right. It's not our job as humans to judge others. We all come from different places, different experiences, different upbringings, and we're all here for a different purpose. So when we judge others, right, where are we going? We're going into some low vibe energy there, right? Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. And one of the things that I do is, because, I deal with a lot of people in a lot of different scenarios, and my basic philosophy is you do you. Right? I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to do me. You do you. Right? And maybe you don't agree with someone's viewpoints. Maybe you don't agree with, someone else's statements or belief systems. And you know what? That's okay. That's their journey. Don't absorb that. Okay? Stay in your lane, and you will feel a lot lighter and brighter for it. We've got your fortune card out here for you. A hidden power within you is awakening. Embrace it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a time of so many awakenings for a lot of people. People are going through, that judgment, release judgment right there. A lot of people are awakening to their spiritual path. They're seeing things differently. Part of judgment can be judging other people's experiences on their spiritual path. One huge thing to remember, we all awaken at different times, okay? We all have different experiences when we go through our spiritual awakening. We all have different experiences when we go through our spiritual growth. we're always growing spiritually. We're always growing and maturing physically and emotionally and mentally as well, right? But everyone's experience is different, and we're all on a different timeline, right? So if maybe you've been on a spiritual path for a while, or, you're just starting to get into it, whichever one, don't judge yourself and compare yourself to anyone else, and don't judge others on their journey as well, right? It's easy to listen to someone else's experience and go, "Ah, that's not how it happens." Well, maybe that's how it's happening for them. So very important. But a hidden power awakening within you, what is that? Right? Your power. Maybe you've got some visions that you're having. Perhaps it's just your power to connect with the cosmos, or perhaps there's something else that's guiding you and calling you, and it's just starting to open its eyes. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, and enjoy the inner exploration. I have to laugh here before I pull over your cards. Remember I said Friday may be a great day for love and romance. We do have the Lover's card at the back of the deck. So, so some of you here could really be experiencing a reconnection with a loved one, even with a friend. Doesn't have to be romantic. But I think some of you there are about to get quite the deliverance from the cosmos here, and you might just meet somebody new. Now, a soulmate can certainly be love and romance. It can also be friendship, companionship, right? That kind of stuff, but very specifically, there is this energy of love. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the 10 of Wands. Ouch. The 7 of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, so some beautiful energy coming in here. You got a huge healing energy coming in. When we release, right, we've got the 10 of Wands. This can really be about holding on to burdens, pushing yourself in a direction, maybe even making things more difficult for yourself, right? I mean, it is a 10, so it is an ending. But man, oh man, has it been ever a rocky road. It's been a tough cycle. There's been something here that's been really kind of, you've been forcing something to end or to happen. You've been feeling like you've been maybe walking through quicksand, right? So you're tired. The 10 of Wands, sometimes, here, yes, we've got a lot of stress and responsibilities, maybe even some that aren't ours. But the 10 of Wands, you see how, he is pushing these wands, right? Well, what if he held these wands, these responsibilities differently? What if he, bundled them up differently? So instead of pushing them against the grain, right? What if he put them on his back? What if he tied them up in the middle instead of at the bottom, and they wouldn't spill all over the place everywhere, right? So think about how you carry responsibilities, or how you carry a burden. Okay, because sometimes there's a better way, a different way to do that. We all have responsibilities. We all have things that we need to do. We all sometimes go through these challenging times where we feel like we're, climbing up an impossible hill. When in actual fact, if we carried our backpack in a different way, right, then that climbing up that hill might be a little easier. So that 10 of Wands is all of these things that you're carrying. What can you let go of? What can you release, right? We've got release energy coming in here. We also have an awakening energy here as well. So what are you releasing to lighten your load, or what are you releasing so that you can carry things differently, right? It's not necessarily an easy choice, right? So this can be a week with stresses and burdens, but the 7 of Cups is here to say, hey, maybe there's a better option. Maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a better choice, right? So look at those responsibilities you carry. Are they all yours, right? We sometimes how should we say, if you are like a people pleaser, or maybe you feel a certain amount of guilt or responsibility, you may end up carrying other people's burdens, right? Other people's responsibilities, other people's energy. So we need to say no sometimes, right? The better way is opening up. More options are opening up for you. All right. An easier time is opening up for you, and some healing is opening up for you, and awakening. is here as well. So this is on its way out the door, but this is calling attention to that 10 of Wands energy. What's got to go? What's got to shift? What can you do a little bit differently that is going to make your trajectory through your week, through your life even, a lot easier? But the Seven of Cups is here. Now, the Seven of Cups can be a really wonderful energy sometimes because it can really speak to your imagination, your dreams, your daydreams, your visions, right? But, and also your options, okay, or your opportunities. It's like, well, I could do this way, or maybe I can do it this way, or maybe I can do it this way. I'm dreaming of this thing, and oh my goodness, this is so awesome in my dreams. But have you brought your dreams into reality? So when we get that Seven of Cups, it's like, I'm dreaming of something. I've got this vision in the back of my mind, in my mind's eye. How can I make this into reality? And so sometimes what happens, is we get ourselves stuck, right? Because we sometimes feel overwhelmed with the Seven of Cups energy. Sometimes our vision is so big, and it becomes, instead of something wonderful and joyous and something with a million possibilities, it becomes like a monkey on our back, like a little bit of a burden. And so then what happens? We don't do anything about our vision, our dream, our goal, right? So this is really saying to you that, we need to have a look at things with a little more clarity. We need to, really have a look at our visions and, bring them to reality in some way. And sometimes, even just go for it and make a choice, right? Trust yourself. Don't give in to fear or worry or doubt or confusion. Whatever feels right. It's going to be a big week for you to really listen to your intuition in a big, big way, right? It's guiding you. It's helping you. It's protecting you. It's releasing you. All right. And this Seven of Cups, right? We can get trapped in procrastination and confusion when things get cloudy, right? And it's not anything wrong with the choices that we have or the direction that we can go or the dream that we want to build. It's just that sometimes it's like it's easier sometimes to live out our vision in our head than it is to create it in reality, right? Sometimes we are afraid of making a mistake or making the wrong choice, and we give in to that energy. So this, instead of giving in to fears, instead of feeling overwhelmed, instead of feeling like we're constantly, forcing things, Queen of Cups is here to bring you peace and calm and some healing energy. Perhaps even to show you how your vision can be created in an easier way, right? The Queen of Cups is an energy of peace, calm, healing, and forgiveness, but also spiritual connection here as well, emotional calm and peace. And when we step into this energy, this all comes into focus, or this dissipates. And then we get the clarity that we need. We get the connection that we need. Any negative or challenging energy, poof, it's gone out the window. So the Queen of Cups, right, is, meditation. It's connecting with your heart space. It's settling into the flow of things rather than resisting or forcing. And this is your key to success this week, right? And it can also be a little bit of a lesson that you need to embrace. We just had Saturn go retrograde, right? Saturn, our karmic planet, but our planet of discipline and lessons, right? In order to achieve a dream, we need to bring it down into realistic goals, even if you break it down into certain milestones, right? Sometimes it gets so dizzy looking at the big picture that we forget that success comes in stages, right? So break it down, make it easier. And I feel like you're going to have that vision of how you can do that, right? So the Queen of Cups is all about love as well. A lot of creative energy here also. But love of yourself, love of life, love of other people, right? This is all coming in and opening up your heart chakra as well as your spiritual energy here. So some little bit of challenging, whoa, thank you, a little bit of challenging energy, but also some calm and peaceful energy. So we got all kinds of stuff coming out for you. Gotta love it. I was only going to get one manifestation card, but two came exploding out of the deck. So here we go. Your final messages. Oh, you have the power to bring peace on Earth. The world will change, and our planet will change as each human being changes inside. One human being inspires many others, and the many others inspire thousands. The thousands inspire millions. The millions inspire billions, and that is how we bring peace and harmony to planet Earth. And gratitude is the fast track to manifestation. Yes, it is. To massively accelerate manifestation, incorporate gratitude into the 3-step creation process of ask, believe, receive. When doing the first step of the creation process, ask, write down what you want, but begin each sentence with these powerful words. I am so happy and grateful now that. Now the I am affirmation is power. I am. Not I want to be, not I hope to become. I am, right? So, right? The word so. You can say I am happy, but I am so happy brings that extra boost to that word. So I am so happy and grateful now. Not tomorrow, not a week from now, not a month from now. Now. Start your affirmations, start your manifestations with these words. They pack a power punch. And they really hammer it home. I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you have an absolutely wonderfully fantastic week. And I hope to see you guys here again. But if you did enjoy your reading, again, help the algorithm, help me, hit that like, share, subscribe, the notification bell, that hype button, or drop a comment as well, whichever one or all that you are inclined to do. Interaction from you with the creators on YouTube. I think YouTube sometimes forgets that the creators actually made their platform. And so all this mucking around with notifications and things that just aren't working for a lot of people isn't the way to go. But anyways, you can help things get back on track, so I really truly do appreciate that. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We're going to move on now to pile number 2. Hello to those of you who picked pile number 2. Let's just move this over here and let's have a look and see what is out here for you. Your Akashic message. Reach out. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out and ask for support at this time. Very important. A lot of people are, facing a lot of challenges right now. Things are incredibly expensive. We never know what prices are going to be like one day to the next. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, right? There's some scary stuff going on. And whatever your situation is, there is help and support available to you. Now, sometimes we don't have a support system from family or friends. So sometimes there are other support systems that are out there for you. You may need to look some up. They may exist on the internet. They may be government funded, whatever they happen to be. Sometimes we even, depending on our situation, we may even need to pay for someone's services for help and support. Think about, something like mental health, right? Maybe you don't have free resources, so you might need to pay for that, right? For a counselor or something. If you're looking for a job, sometimes there are other resources out there, and if you don't qualify for the government funded ones that may be around, then maybe you need to get yourself hooked up with a recruiting service or something like that, right? So there are ways to get help and support, even if they're not readily at your fingertips, so you need to reach out, okay? This can also, by the way, be a message that you might be someone who someone is reaching out to. And so if someone is asking for help, or maybe they're not coming outright and asking for it. Perhaps they're dropping some hints here and there. Read between someone's lines, okay? Tap into your energy. Your intuition's telling you, right, that, hey, this person's not saying it, but maybe they need some help, right? Take them out for a cup of coffee. Go for a walk. Have a little chit chat. And you just never know. People tend to hide things when they need help, out of what? Shame, maybe some guilt, maybe lack of confidence, right? And so sometimes people don't always come right out and ask. Your fortune for your week ahead. Ooh, lovely. Your creative energies are in full bloom. Express yourself. What a great message here, considering we do have our massive manifestation portal at the end of the week. And that is a form of creation, right? Manifestation is a form of creation. We are creating things using the energy that we are harnessing, the abundance of the universe that we're attracting to us. Without creation, there is no manifestation. So whatever your situation is, embrace some creative energy here this week. You can create things. You can create peace, harmony, right? Whatever it is to you. Let's see what else we get for your week ahead. Eight of Pentacles, talk about creation. The Five of Swords in reverse, make peace, not war. And the Five of Cups, okay, turning a negative into a positive. Okay, here, guys, we've got the King of Wands at the back of the deck for you, and I've actually got the King of Pentacles right underneath that. Okay, so even if you don't feel confident, embrace your inner power, okay? Now, you got a bumpy week, all right? But I think you can pull yourself out of it, okay? Number one, focus on the things that you want to create. Eight of Pentacles, do not focus on the things that you don't want. That's a trap, right? That's what is the dude in the Star Wars thing? He's got a weird face. He's like, it's a trap. Anyway, it is a trap, all right? We are always, as humans, constantly manifesting in our lives. Every single day, right? We don't even think about it, right? And sometimes when we don't think about it, that's when the magic happens, because we're not obsessing about it. We're not blocking it. It's just we're allowing the flow, right? Great. But we need to remember that what we think about comes about, right? Wherever we put our energy and our focus, that is what is going to blossom and amplify, okay? And we don't want to dwell on stuff. We need to deal with difficult things sometimes. Great. Deal with it and move on. Reset your energy. Process it, move on, reset your energy, reset your focus. So the Eight of Pentacles is a great energy for that. So the Eight of Pentacles is, number one, a very productive energy. It's also very detail oriented, and it is very creative, right? We're creating things. We're honing our skills. We're getting experience, acquiring knowledge. It can be a card of making something, right? In reality, actually building something, or making the things that you are creative, their creative force behind. This can also be an energy of learning things, right? As we go through our lives, we, get some more knowledge. Traditionally, the Eight of Pentacles is one where we've acquired a lot of knowledge and skill, and we're ready to level up. We're ready to take the next step. It's a card of apprenticeship and of learning, right? So this shows that some of you, you're ready to take something to the next stage. Some of you maybe are graduating apprenticeship, graduating university, maybe looking for your first job. Woo, that can be tough. It's hard looking for jobs in the summer. Sometimes September-ish is a little bit better, but don't stop looking, right? Just, stay positive, okay? Some of you are ready to level up from your job, right? It's like, I've been here a long time. I've got all the skills and I'm ready to level up, right? But again, again here, you could be really trying to maintain a positive attitude, because the Five of Swords in the upright can be one of winning, but at a cost or at a loss, or, at the defeat of others. Reversed, it can be like an easier time overcoming conflict or winning on your own terms. Okay, and it can also just be staying positive as well, right? The Five of Swords is always a tricky card anyway, so is the Five of Cups for that matter. The Five of Cups, right? We're crying over spilt milk, or we're crying over a loss or a disappointment, or we're just feeling gloomy and bloomy, right? And, but what we don't see is that there's good stuff right here. It's right beside us. It's right at our feet. And so, there could be something where you are processing some sort of grief or loss of maybe a job, or a loss of an opportunity. Perhaps you went out for that interview, or you told your boss that you were interested in a position that opened up in your company that would actually give you the next step in your career. And, you might have been told no, right? And, so with that Five of Cups, now you've got to process that. And what does that look like? Sometimes we need to take a step back in order to take a step forward. Sometimes we need that no in order. Two of Cups still standing here. Only 3 are spilled, 2 are standing. So much positive and potential, right? But sometimes we need that negative answer to really tap into our determination, right? Our ambition. Something, when we're told no for something that we know, Eight of Pentacles, that we deserve and that we've worked hard for, and if we're told no, or maybe you're told yes, but it's not what you wanted, right? That can happen too. It's like, okay, yes, I will give you that promotion, but we're gonna give you like the acting manager role, and we're gonna keep you there 3 to 6 months. We're not gonna pay you any more money, but we want you to do the job, right? And so it's like, okay, great. So I kind of sort of got the job, but I didn't get anything else that comes with it, but I got the extra work. You know where that's gonna go most likely, right? Because you've been working there, they know your skill set, and why should you not just get it, right? So sometimes we get things like that happen, and this is like, no, this is like really teeing me off, right? And so this is where you can have a significant turning point, right? So whatever it is, right, something, you may be resolving something here, but you're also processing something deeply, and where are you going to go from here? Right? Is there peace and balance and harmony and forgiveness and healing? Or is this something that ultimately sets you free and sets you on a different path? So whatever it is you're working hard towards, you can have a really good outcome. But if you're looking to level up or the next step of something, right? Something may be a little bit bumpy. It's not that we can't resolve it, because you can use all of your skills with the Eight of Pentacles to resolve some difficulties this week as well, right? You've got the skill, you've got the knowledge. We said at the in the intro, right? We said this week, especially like Wednesday, is going to be a interesting day. So this is where your skills, Eight of Pentacles, of like de-escalation, Five of Swords, right? Five of Cups. This is where you might come in and be like the conflict resolution kind of person. And this can be in your home life. This can be with a relationship. This can be something within you, right? Maybe you've got some inner conflict, right? You might sort some things out this week, right? But the Eight of Pentacles is a really positive card. It's one of high productivity, attention to detail, right? Creating some things, okay? And we're acquiring a lot of things, but we may need to use our skills and abilities this week. So watch your emotions, watch your words, right? Whenever we get the Five of Swords, it doesn't matter which direction it's in, it's watch your words, because words hurt. And, if you're in an argument with somebody or someone is quite testy someday, try not to be snappy, because even if you come across as, even if you want to be like sarcastic or something like that, it may not hit that way for that person, because people read and hear things based on their emotions and what they're going through, right? So if you're trying to be funny, it might not be the appropriate time, right? So, use your skills there. Tread lightly, right? Especially in the middle of the week, because this can be really highlighted for you here. But again, you could also be realizing that maybe you've got some challenges you're facing, and maybe you don't have all the skills that you need, or maybe you need a little bit of help. And again, we've got that reach out energy there for you as well. Okay. But remember, you've got a lot of power within you, and give yourself the credit that you deserve. Okay. Thank you. Let's just get a final card out here for you guys. All of this, by the way, none of this is major arcana energy. It's all minor arcana, the little things that we deal with day by day by day. So you've got this. All right, don't let things get you stuck in a rut there, right? Stay in that Eight of Pentacles energy, and you will be fine. Am I aware? Question mark. One way to become more aware is to stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking now? What am I feeling now? Or you can ask yourself, am I aware? The moment you ask, you are aware, because you've brought your mind back to the present moment. Okay, really important for every single day in our lives, but also if you're consciously aware of what you're manifesting, right? Remember, where we think about is where we put our focus, and that is what will amplify and grow. And so if we're kind of in this energy here, okay, then we're not going to grow, right? We'll be kind of stuck in one place, or we may even go backwards. All right, so remember where your focus is. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Okay, remember, you got a couple challenges this week, but you've got it. You've got this. You can overcome whatever life and curveball happens to come into your world. Okay. But I hope you did enjoy your reading. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. Got to beat the algorithm. It is, once again, very much acting up. It's not showing people videos, not just me, but a lot of people. So every like that you put on a creator's video, every subscribe, notification bell, sometimes those work, sometimes not, or that hype, or drop a comment. Anything that you do to interact with the video really does help. And I thank you very much in advance. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.